I'm Peggy, and I am a hoarder. When you walk up to the house, there's a motorhome, and it has furniture and things for the kitchen and Christmas presents, because I always knew where the Christmas presents were hiding. They were in the motorhome. When you walk up the steps, you go into the front door, and the door doesn't open all the way because there's a bunch of food sitting there, which came out of a pantry that is against the dining room wall, behind a bunch of boxes. And then there's a hallway to the laundry room and to the 2 rooms at the end of the hall. I haven't slept in my bedroom since about 2012. I sleep on the bed, in the kitchen in front of the refrigerator. I eat my meals sitting on the bed between the TV and the bedside table. It feels like the house owns me. I don't own the house. And that's a very uncomfortable feeling.
I'm Elisa, and Peggy is my mother. When I was in the house in 2019, it was very difficult to get around. There were just aisleways to go from room to room, which was only about 3 rooms you could get in and out of. My mother was sleeping in a chair. I've since seen pictures, and I have seen that it's gotten worse. That's a hard thing for me to have to think about, but it just is not safe. It is not safe for her to be there, physically and emotionally. When my parents divorced, I was about 13 or 14 when I moved in with my father, and she moved to California.
Wrongly, I thought if I ever left, she'd go with me. But she was a daddy's girl, and she wanted to be with Dad. I wanted her to have that, but it was just hard. There's no family anymore.
When I noticed the hoarding to become really bad was after her boyfriend had left her.
Back in 2010, he said, "Oh, by the way, I remarried my ex." And I said, "Bye. I don't do that." And we'd been together about 15 years. It was just no warning, kind of, so that was hard.
I think that was the trigger that set this more in motion. I feel like she's trying in some ways to fill something that's missing in her life.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm Dr. Robin Zazio. I'm a licensed clinical psychologist, and I specialize in helping people who are struggling with OCD and hoarding behaviors. Peggy, your family is here, your friends are here,
Yeah.
Dorothy's here, her crew is here. Everybody is here for you.
Yeah,
How are you feeling right now?
it's an answer to a prayer. It really is. And it's a blessing that they're here.
Well, again, I'm so glad that all of you are here to support Peggy. There's a lot of love in this backyard right now. So I'm going to turn it over to you now, Dorothy, so you kind of talk about your plan.
I will. So,
I'm Dorothy Brenninger. I'm a professional organizing expert, and I specialize in hoarding.
I know that you want this whole project, this whole hoarding experience to be about your safety and getting your house back.
Yes.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna create Peggy's challenge. So let me bring this out. Peggy, we know that you were a Girl Scout leader at one time. We thought you might want to earn your badge. Peggy, this is your sash, and we will give it to you at the end. And we're going to take any of these badges that you earn and put them over onto your sash.
Is there enough room?
There's enough room. There's enough room.
Good.
So you'll get the badges for 100, 500 boxes, 1,000 boxes, 15, 2,000, 2,500, 3,000 bins. You'll get a badge. How about answering concisely badge? What do you think of that? Family members? What do I get for that? Come on. Right? What we're going to do today, just so that everyone knows the plan, we're working outside. We're going to clear patio, carport, driveway, garage. Everybody ready? Yep. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Go heavy.
We have 250 bins out here. You can see how much there is with just 250 bins and boxes. Peggy, we know you can't do 5 minutes per bin. We know you can't even do 1 minute per bin. So that means we need to have some help from the family on decision making. And, you know, this is the point where Dr. Zazio and I ask you if you will allow your neighbors, friends, family to help you make decisions on what should go into the dumpster. And speaking of friends and family, Judy, get in here. Thank you for being here. So is that a yes from you?
Sure.
That you're willing to allow others to make decisions for you?
Sure.
I asked Peggy if she gave permission to friends and family to make decisions about her stuff, and her answer was an immediate yes. Unheard of, especially on the first day.
When we let others make decisions, that's a big deal. So I think it's worth a round of applause from everybody. Right? That's good news. Organizers and junk teams, be ready with something that rolls. Be prepared to carry it or drag it up to the dumpster. Start looking in your bins and boxes, everybody. Remember, it's been outside.
This is go.
These are my tools that I use religiously.
Roger that.
I can take a organizer or junker. This is a heavy one, so we'll need a cart.
Yes, we will keep these.
Oh, wow. That can go. You don't want to take a sniff in there.
I have a question, Peggy.
Yes, ma'am.
So far, everything up to here is going,
Yes.
correct?
Except for these.
Except for those.
You seem like you're doing great.
Yeah.
I want to make sure.
Yeah, I am.
And you're not regretting anything so far?
no, no.
Okay. And one thing that you're seeing is when you do want to keep something, right now, because you have made literally thousands of sweeping
stuff.
decisions, you've kept 5 things, if that.
Yeah.
So that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
good. You're doing really good. I'm glad. I'm so proud of you.
Well, I'm seeing some hugs and hand-holding. That must mean something. What does it mean to you?
This is good.
This is good.
This way. I'm not going to touch you with my glove.
If you could, just come out this way a little bit and take a look back down this.
Peggy, what do you see?
My neighbors. My neighbors.
My neighbors.
Yeah.
I see success.
I see success too.
Right.
Good job,
Love
Peggy.
it.
And you earned a badge.
Oh, good. I told you.
Got rid of almost 250. We just have a couple things left to go. Family members, what was it like for you to review what Peggy allowed you to review? What was that like?
It's kind of speechless. I'm just surprised at what was there and that this was stuff outside. And so she wasn't using it or seeing it or accessing it.
Sad, some of the things that were ruined that because of the weather and so forth.
Yeah, and
that
our-
had to go, that you would have, it would have been nice to not to have.
I'm just glad that Peggy trusted us enough to let us make those calls. That surprised me.
Big deal.
It is.
Big deal.
Really big deal. Yeah.
Peggy, how do you feel about what you just did? It's really miraculous.
Yeah, it was something that I couldn't have been able to have accomplished. And it's good to see that it's gone. And that there's just a few pieces, considering.
Yeah, I think you made really good decisions about what you kept, and
Yeah.
they all have purpose. And yeah. Today was a great start. Peggy worked hard and she held true to her word. What I'm worried about is when we move into the house, because all those boxes are filled with stuff that she wanted to save. I hope that she's able to continue to make quick decisions, because there is so much stuff to go through that we're barely gonna have enough time as it is. Well, we are clearly making some progress, because here I am sitting in your bedroom. Not super easily, but I am sitting in your bedroom. We've got the door open, we've got the hallway cleared, and I just wanted to have a conversation about this bedroom before we tackle it. I think you know by now the reason why Dorothy is here is to organize a team to get the house in order. The reason why I'm here
Is to see that it doesn't happen again.
Yes, but in order for that to happen, we have to understand how this happened. And I'm curious about this particular room because it's very much walled off. And I'm wondering if this room, if anything has happened in this room, if this room is symbolic for any reason for you.
It's only symbolic in that I didn't want to stay in there anymore.
And why is that?
Because it had a huge queen-size bed, and it had bits and pieces of furniture that has been up here for 36 years.
I got some eyes on me right behind you. I see Elisa looking at me, and the eyes are trying to tell me something. And I'm not psychic yet, so I'm wondering if you could tell me what those eyes are trying to convey to me.
I've been told.
Don't go there.
Well, Mom,
No, don't go there.
Can you listen? Just listen for just a second, okay?
It's my past. I have the choice, and I make the choice.
You don't understand.
I know.
The reason why this room is the way...
it's not. It's not relevant to the future because it's something that is over and done with, and it doesn't need to be rehashed. I just don't want to.
I'm not quite sure if she's going to completely open up for the reasons of the hoarding. I think there's some bit of denial still in her that she has a problem.
I'm very worried, Peggy, because my sense is this is more of a cleanup for you rather than getting at underneath
I went
why
through counseling for that.
this happened.
For the cause of me not staying in here. I did a couple of years of that. people that know me personally know the situation. And I just don't want people that, it's none of anybody's, it's my business.
I hope that you don't close the door on an opportunity that you have over the next couple days to try to uncover how this happened, because I think that there's a lot of simplification happening about this room and all the other stuff in your house, and I think it's actually much more complicated than that. I completely understand that it's hard to talk about the underlying issues that can perpetuate hoarding behaviors. However, I'm hoping she's willing to open up while I'm here, because this is a great opportunity to start processing some of this trauma that she's experienced. You have been doing great work. Not anybody can say anything otherwise, but I hope that you do some of the mental health work too while you have the opportunity. So, Peggy, it is never the case when people come to my office to work with me who are struggling with hoarding that we ever start with the house. Ever, ever, never. We always start
with the cause.
Yeah.
And I did that. And I know that that's
But
hard.
Peggy, if you did that, we wouldn't be in this situation, because the situation would have been resolved.
The counseling that I went through had lots of sessions over why it happened, why it wasn't going to happen again. So we had done a lot of work with that.
But that mental health work didn't happen.
No,
and that's
it
the
was-
piece that's
it
the
was-
most important. You know, it's really my responsibility to just impress upon you my concerns. I really hope that you take advantage of the aftercare, because this is something that is critical to your continued success. And the reason why we offer that is because we realize that we can only do so much mental health work in a short period of time, and we want to continue that for you. We only have a few hours left, and I thought maybe she's had a change of heart and will consider talking about some of the issues that led to this hoarding problem. It was the same thing that she said. I've worked through it, and no matter how many times I tried to help her understand that it obviously didn't work because we're here and we have this big problem, she's not connecting it. So I'm hoping that as I connect with an outside therapist, that they might be able to make some headway.
Okay, let's go, let's move. Careful. Heavy.
There it is.
This is quilt stuff, but it can go.
In 30 minutes to 45 minutes, we need to have all of
We
this
can do that.
on the truck.
We can do that. That's
Okay,
a done.
all right.
Just dump it.
About this box?
This is trash.
I've already been through that, Mom. This stuff here can go.
Not
Thank you, honey. Very good.
it can go.
Oh my gosh. Oh wow, this looks amazing. This is so nice.
Peggy.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy smokes. I haven't been able to visit my sister in probably 7 years. The last time I came over, I couldn't stay.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
It's an actual room.
You've got a guest room, Mom.
Now I'll be able to come over and stay. I can stay for a weekend or 3 or 4 days. I got my sister back.
Beautiful.
It's just so amazing.
And there's more to see, so let's head upstairs.
All right, okay, let's. This is gorgeous. This is amazing. I'm so grateful that we all were able to come together and get this accomplished.
Alyssa, what do you think?
I'm speechless.
Are you gonna? I want to know if you're gonna come to visit.
Of course I will.
Yes.
That's what this was all about, is making sure that she was safe and therefore happy, and she could have people over to the house. So that makes me so happy.
Yeah, make sure everybody gets in.
Beautiful. Very beautiful.
We can get in here. Woo!
All right.
Beautiful.
This is what you wanted. This is what you needed. This is great.
Peggy, you haven't been in here in 10 years. How does it feel to be in here and to have a completely free room that has no clutter in it?
Feels good.
Yeah.
Of course it does.
I think the week went great. We got rid of a lot of stuff, a lot more than I anticipated.
Okay, friends, family, Dr. Z, let's head back into the living room and just soak it all in.
All right.
All right.
We got rid of 12 tons worth of stuff from this property. We had 7,000 boxes that we went through, sorted, reviewed, and we wound up with only 300 of those boxes in the garage.
I'm very proud of my grandma. I think that she still needs some stuff that she needs to work on, but it was a great step forward.
We would like to now give you Peggy's sash. With that arm through there.
Yeah.
Since you were a Girl Scout leader for many years, this is your very own sash.
Oh, my.
In which you have reviewed 500 boxes, let others make decisions, cleared the apartment, cleared the garage, cleared the carport, reviewed 1,000 boxes, cleared the patio, reviewed 2,000 boxes, 100 boxes, 300 boxes, cleared the house. Whoa, clear the driveway. 250 bins. Yes to moving and giving away the RV. Whoa. Quick decision making. Give car away. Listen to this. Have a real bed to sleep in. And you know what? You get an A for answering some of those questions concisely.
So Dorothy and I are gonna leave, and we're gonna let you guys enjoy each other. Okay, all right.
Thank you. All right, bye everybody. We're gonna sneak right through here.
Seeing my new space, I feel so grateful. I'm hopeful, I'm happy, but I'm also encouraged. This is what it's supposed to look like, and this is what it will stay like. It's a happy house. It's a happy house.
Hi, thanks for being a fan of Hoarders. And subscribe to A&E for more videos and click the links around me to watch more.